Hey y'all, hey, welcome to my channel and really to my first vlog since I restarted it. If you're here for the first time, I create travel and lifestyle content especially for members of the middle-aged mafia. Today we're gonna get into a recent trip my husband and I took to the beautiful island of Barbados, and I gotta tell you, it started off just a little shaky. So we just arrived to the Beachview hotel where we're staying. I've been driving on the other side of the road and it's not been going particularly well because Tony's been fussing at me. I've hit a few curbs, but I mean, who doesn't? First, we took a look around the grounds and the amenities of Beachview, and at first glance, it looks more like a condominium complex than a hotel. It's well appointed though, has 4 swimming pools, a spa, and an on-site restaurant, the Sugar Apple, which has themed nights with live music, and the food is actually quite good. We stayed in the Paw Paw building. All of the buildings have kind of funny little names, where we booked a classic 1-bedroom suite, but we're actually checked into a 3-bedroom, which was huge, way more space than Tony and I needed. One thing I did notice immediately was that the suites on the website looked newer than the one we had. I later found out that there are, in fact, newer, refreshed suites on the property, and that others, like the one we were in, are rumored to be refreshed and updated this fall. Look at that view. Definitely the selling point of this unit. Our suite did show minor signs of wear and could have maybe used a few touch-ups here and there, but there was still plenty to like about the hotel. I love the fact that it was family owned and the owner actually checked us in. Oh, and he invited us to his home for a party that he throws every other week for his guests. Gotta love that. More on that later. There was the washer and dryer, which was very convenient to have. Our trip was only 5 days, 4 nights, so we did not use that. Our bedroom was a pretty good size. It had a balcony with a little sitting area that had some foliage, like enough to give you some privacy while you're sitting out there, but you could still also see the beach from the balcony, which was nice. Our bed was not as comfortable as we would have liked. Pillows were not as comfortable as we would have liked or that we were used to. And then there, of course, was plenty of closet space, which was nice. A little safe in there to keep your valuables, and then the bathroom was just pretty much par for the course. Nothing special about that. My overall initial impression of Beachview was it's good, but it's not like luxury. And that's okay. Once we got settled in, we hit the streets to explore. We followed Highway 1 to Speightstown, which is the 2nd largest city in Barbados. It's about 12 miles north of the capital city of Bridgetown and home to beautiful Heywoods Beach, where we stopped to soak up some sun and to take some fabulous pics. Now, a whole incident happened before we got here. I'm gonna give that its own separate story time because it involves driving and the police. Yikes. On our way back to the car, we found this mural painted on stone near the beach, which was just profound and beautiful. The next morning, we got up bright and early to do one of the first things that I love to do whenever I touch down in a new place, which is take a tour of the city with a local. So we headed to Bridgetown. Now I'm gonna pause here. I've been accused of travel shaming because I say this a lot. I know we wanna take vacations and soak up the sun, and people will say, I don't wanna learn anything. I just wanna vacation and have peace, and that's fine. However, as global citizens, to me, it's so important to come back knowing something more about the country that you visited than when you first arrived. That's how we understand each other better. That's how we respect each other more. That is how we are more empathetic to each other's situations. But I digress. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, we persevered through the rain. It rained all day that day. That was National Heroes Square. They have 11 national heroes, and as you can imagine, Rihanna was one of them. We learned a ton, and Miss Karen was phenomenal. Towards the end of the tour, I said, Miss Karen, where do the locals go? Where can we get a good lunch where even the locals would go and visit? And she pointed us in the direction of Mustor's Restaurant and Bar. So we headed on over there to see what was up, and we were recommended to get the dolphin fish. And I was like, what? I know y'all don't have flipper on the menu over here, but no, dolphin fish is just another word for mahi-mahi. So we gave it a try, and these were our thoughts. All right, so what I've got here is some flying fish, calypso rice. Rice really don't taste like nothing.
You might need to put it on the side.
Oh.
I think it might give it away.
I don't know what this is. Looks spicy. Let me see what it is.
Put it on the side.
Let me see. Alright. I've got some flying fish, but it's fried. I didn't know whether to get it fried or I'm gonna dip it in this little bit of sauce. Hold on. Mm-hmm.
Makes it taste better?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. Okay, I've also got macaroni pie. Mm-hmm. It's good. Like, I guess it's called pie because it's in like this mound. But this is on par to any other simple food. Like, but the noodles are kind of long and limp, not curved like we're used to. Overall, pretty good. Like, not like, oh my gosh. Because one of the things I've heard about food here is that it's just okay compared to other islands. And I mean, it's okay. Like, it's not bad. But it's just not like, oh my god, I gotta get back here and get this particular meal. What do you think?
Macaroni is really good.
Macaroni's good?
You know, I haven't tried the fish. Rice is pretty good with like hot sauce. You mix that together.
Pretty good.
A nice flavor, good kick.
So not bad. Moving on to the evening. Remember that party I told you the hotel owners invited us to? I guess they do it weekly for their guests at their clifftop home. So I have no idea what to expect, but we're nosy. So we going. I'm trying to see how they live. What's going on? So we're on our way to the Walcott's reception. Tony, be on your best behavior. Don't be in there acting a fool. Okay? Listen, the Walcotts put on a spread. You hear me? Open bar, and the rum punch was punching. Okay, so coming here lets me know that I'm not living right. I'm not living right. And this is the way that I need to live. Tony, you better figure it out. You better figure it out.
I'm trying to figure it out.
But seriously, what a lovely gesture to invite a couple dozen perfect strangers to their cliffside home. The clifftop views were amazing, very inspirational. Mark my words, I'm gonna get me a clifftop view, okay? But we had a great time. This little gathering did not disappoint. This is lovely. Had some really tasty snacks, open bar. I'm kind of glad we came. Had a good time. Tony had a good time too. Tony, where's my mansion?
Mansion's in your heart.
Oh. Not in my heart. Why is he playing with me? Anyway, the next day was my absolute favorite. So now we are at the port. We're about to get on a Catamaran Cruise. We prayed for sun at the docks, and the day did not disappoint. My husband is literally Aquaman. He loves to be in and near the water. Have you get a snorkel?
Try to.
Have you ever snorkeled in your life?
No.
Just gone.
Go with the wind.
With the wind? All right. Cool. It brings him so much joy. Me, on the other hand, I love to be on the water, as in a boat or on a jet ski, but I'm often hesitant to get in the water. Our catamaran made several stops, including one to an underwater shipwreck site, which was really cool. I didn't get off at the first stop, but I thought for a minute, am I really just gonna sit on the boat and look cute? No ma'am, run me those skinny life jackets, because a sis is going in. The water was so warm and you couldn't tell me I was not giving Ariel, Little Mermaid realness. Well, as long as I had the life jacket on.
The crew was amazing. They served a pre-lunch snack and then a full lunch that was very tasty, and then some cake afterwards. The party was on and off the boat. They did such a wonderful job of keeping everyone entertained, and it was worth every penny. After we got off the boat, we headed back to the hotel to get changed for the fish fry. It's Friday night and we are on our way to the famous Oistins Fish Fry. One of the things that has taken me by surprise is the traffic. It's gonna take us about an hour to go 19 kilometers. So it is, it's very congested. And from what we understand, our tour guide the other day was telling us that after the pandemic, everybody went and got a car. So, and a lot of people stopped using public transportation. So there are tons and tons of cars on this tiny, tiny island. But we're gonna get to the fish fry, hopefully soon, because I'm hungry. After fighting through a ridiculous amount of traffic, we finally arrived. Now, All Advice will tell you to get to Oistins by no later than 6:30 on a Friday night if you want to make sure you have somewhere to sit. This is very accurate. We arrived around 6 and it was already popping, okay? Already crowded, but we took a look around, went from stall to stall, figured out what we wanted to do. We wound up settling in front of a stall that was called Angels. There was really not a big differentiation between the stalls. They all had similar food, but we headed to Angels and we got the usual fish, macaroni pie, coleslaw, rice, all the usual suspects. And then out the corner of my eye, I was like, what is this going on? This woman with this exaggerated backside was getting it, honey, and collecting a coin. What? Now, I wasn't sure of what was going on, but in these inflationary times, I mean, I got 2 good pillows I'm not using right now, and I could just have Tony follow me with a little drum and get in on some of that action. Honey, she cleaned up, okay? She cleaned up. She got all the, yeah, there was a lot going on. So as the night wore on, it just got more and more interesting. There was a dancing Spider-Man. There were people pop locking and show stopping on stage. There was just a lot going on.
We did it. We visited the Oistins Fish Market. It's probably just getting started because they just started with the performers and all like that. It's about what I expected it to be. I did a little research, so it's just a big ass market with a bunch of food stalls. But the weird thing is like, isn't it weird, babe? All the food stalls sell the exact same menu. Flying fish, some have lobster, you know, rice and peas, cabbage. Like, it's the same food at every single stall. That's kind of weird to me. There's really nothing different. There was like one dessert place that I came across, but it's just a place where the locals as well as tourists come together on a Friday night. There's music, there's live entertainment. It's a good time. I think it's something that you do at least once if you're coming to Barbados. We've been about 2 hours, and I mean, that's kind of enough for me. There's not really enough going on to keep me here any longer. But good music, decent food. Again, not like, I've yet to have a meal where I'm like, this is so great. The food is just, it's just okay. It's not giving, I gotta get back here and get this food. So yeah, we did it to say we did it. Oistins Fish Fry.
Another Barbados night down. The rain was back with a vengeance the next day, but we found a small pocket of sun and headed for a beach stroll.
So we're walking along Paynes Bay Beach, which is a hop, skip, and a jump from our hotel room. So you can walk right across the street, and this is your view. Weather is just clearing up a little bit. It was raining all day, so we really didn't get a chance to enjoy the beach as much as we wanted
Across
to
from the
today.
beach, there was a man with a little liquor setup, and we struck up a conversation with him. I so love chopping it up with the locals. I forget his name, but he shared with us that he was a military vet and showed us his wall of pictures. He was so cool and chatted us up like family. Next, we went to the Clay Oven to get some Bayesian pizza, because really, what is that? It's our pizza from the Clay Oven. You don't like my Caribbean? My Caribbean is not, it's not popping? All right, what is it giving? This one's called the, what was it called? The
Hog.
The
spicy hog.
The spicy hog. How is it? Okay. Spicy hog. This is tasty.
Stick with your husband.
Mm-hmm.
You give me the boombox this side.
I did. Oh, wait a minute. The spices hit me right there, right in the artery. Man, that was some really good pizza, guys. So the rain was still coming down, ruining all of our beach exploration plans. So we tried to find something we could do indoors. And we figured we'd check out the mall, which was right down the road from our hotel.
We're here at the Limegrove Center, which is their mall. And there's like Cartier here, there's Polo. Those are probably the two most recognizable stores that I know. And it's like a ghost town in there. There's like nobody here. So this is the mall clearly for tourists. And it's right down the street from One Sandy Lane, which is where I understand the celebrities, Rihanna and all of them, have their condos or whatever. So it's a very nice mall, but it's literally a ghost town. Like Tony and I are like the only people walking around here right now, which is cool, but also weird on a Saturday.
So it was lovely to stroll around. We had some coffee and some pastries before we left and headed back to the hotel. We enjoyed some quiet, cozy couples time and then did our last hurrah, breakfast at QP Bistro, which is a sister restaurant to the famous Cliff restaurant, and it was fantastic. What an atmosphere, what an ocean view. It was perfection. I'm glad we did make it to QP Bistro because it's really a very nice vibe in here. We had a wonderful breakfast, a wonderful waitress, and we're about to head to the airport and get on back to reality.
This is it. We're on our way back to the airport, back to life, back to reality. We had a good time, but it rained 3 out of the 5 days we were here, so that kind of sucked. So we couldn't really beach it up the way we wanted to beach it up. Barbados is an interesting place. I think if we come back, definitely going higher end, going more luxury. I just need the high-end finishes. I need the more comfortable bed. I need the better pillows, the more luxurious bathroom. But Beachview was a good, it was a good, decent
View was nice.
option. The view was amazing. Being right across the street from Paynes Bay Beach was great. You can just walk right out your, walk right out of your hotel and be right across the street. The beach is a lot of little, what we would call mom and pop, little hole in the wall restaurants right up and down Highway 1, like that random, the Clay Oven, which Tony does not like me to say it like that, but the Clay Oven was really good.
Really, really good.
So just like little unexpected things, better than some of these high-end places. Be like, you got to go this place to that place, and then the food is not really giving that which it is supposed to give. So yeah, I mean, it was a good stay. I wish we had more sunny days, but it was a good time. You know, if we don't do anything else, we're gonna book these flights and be in these streets and let you know how it is. Next up, maybe Brazil, Sao Paulo, or Salvador de Bahia.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Subscribe and follow for more.